Hello everyone, this is Zoltar and welcome back to our Robotic campaign in Offworld Trading Company. Looks like this is going to be the final round of the campaign. We're in a pretty solid position. We have a lot of extra bonuses. One of them I think is Unlock Expansive, which is kind of unfortunate. We do have an extra claim, Superconductor, and 2 underground nukes. An iron shipment every time we upgrade the headquarters. And a glass shipment every time we upgrade the headquarters. So hopefully we're in a good spot at this point, and we can go ahead and clean up whatever the last mission will be fairly easily. Let's go ahead and look at what that mission is before we consider the options we have in the labor pool. Right now, since this is the last mission, I believe all we need to worry about is kind of maximizing our chance to win. So we don't really care about the income or the perk. What we're more concerned about is the terrain, the resource level, and if there are any special rules and things like if there's a dust storm. So for example, this one might be very nice for us. No patent lab allowed, unfortunately. And we have invested somewhat into the patent lab, but there's a dust storm. But let's keep looking for the time being because it's not perfect. I think all of these may have a dust storm, which is kind of okay for us this time. This would be very unfortunate if we were expansive or something like that. But we're not, and we have access to wind power so this time. So it shouldn't be an issue. Okay, that said, they all have a dust storm, so we'll ignore that for the time being. Here we've got normal rules, resource level rare. Okay, keep going. Low and normal rules. We could also be checking the terrain, but I'm still, like, craters, for example. I see craters, I assume, okay. Scavenger would probably be good there because I often find carbon at the bottom of craters, things like that. But I don't know precisely what all the different terrain types do, whether or not there's, like, geothermal potential, things of that nature. So for the most part, I'm kind of just ignoring it, especially as robotic. Maybe I don't worry if I notice that somewhere is low on water because I don't care, things like that. No hacker array here. We have a hacker array as well ourselves, so maybe we less worry about that one. This one might be okay. Resource level high, normal rules. Let's keep going. Just looking for anything interesting. Still normal rules, no off-world market. Definitely not doing that. And we're back to a no patent lab, but I think this one's a different one. So let's keep going. No off-world market again. No black market. That's very tempting. That's actually very tempting for a lot of reasons. I really like the black market. I think I'm pretty good at utilizing it. So at first glance, that kind of looks like a negative. But here's my thing. First of all, I'm not a scavenger. So I don't have that bonus where I absolutely have to abuse the black market in order to get ahead in some fashion. Second, a lot of my strategy as robotic has been to get up to off-worlds fairly quickly. And if nobody can stop the off-worlds once they're rolling, they're going to have a very hard time bringing me down. Very hard time indeed. So that kind of changes everything. I think we're going to look at this one. I really like this idea. I want to try it out and see how it goes. High resource level, terrain type, canyon. So we'll see how things go. Okay. If resource levels are high, it actually kind of tempts me to grab a pleasure dome over here. We have a lot of options here. I could improve our off-world market, which is actually very tempting at this point. Normally I wouldn't take this. I'm like, okay, I have off-worlds, but they're kind of difficult to defend. So maybe I don't want to commit to them entirely. In this case, no, they're not difficult to defend. They can't be assaulted. What are you going to do about it? If I really have problems, I'll just surplus whatever I'm sending off-world with a hacker array. Who cares? You can't stop me. So I'm really kind of leaning toward the off-world market astronaut here. I think we are going to pick that up, and let's see what we have left over. 95 left over. We're not worrying about the geothermal. This is completely irrelevant. Not going to worry about dry ice or ice condensers. So instead, we're kind of looking at, we could get an engineering lab. I'm leaning away from that. We already have the patent lab to spend chemicals on. Chemicals are going to get driven up in price pretty hard. What I'm kind of leaning toward, if we had like $5 more, I'd probably pick up the pleasure dome, but we don't. I don't really want the glass furnace. We're getting glass shipments already. I don't use a whole lot of glass anyways. Just for the off-worlds, basically. So I'm kind of thinking that we will pick up the chemical lab engineer and the electronics factory engineer. We'll go with those two. That makes us very good at making chemicals. better at making electronics. We still can't make glass. We can't make dry ice. We can't get an engineering lab. We can't get a pleasure dome, but we can do everything else. So glass is the primary resource we're kind of missing out on still, but that's not... We can handle that. We can handle that. That's okay. So yeah, why don't we go with this? Why don't we try it out? Hopefully it goes well. All right. What do we got? What are we looking at? What are we looking
levels of water found.
Now, I want to be careful because this is single player, so I don't actually want to go through the potential multiplayer robotic strategy of just driving water to a ridiculously high price and making life super hard for everybody else, because that also might kill off the colony, which is an automatic loss in single player. Unfortunately, the computers don't seem to care about that all that much, and they will keep knocking your food production out even if you absolutely need it in order to try and keep the colony alive. We're not finding anywhere particularly nice. It also feels like my scan is a tiny bit small for the map, but maybe that's my imagination. Maybe I'm just crazy, too used to playing giant multiplayer games at this point. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, there we go. That's more what I'm looking for.
Low levels of iron
Not perfect, because we still need to find plenty of iron. We haven't found almost any. Okay, we are up against a scavenger, so that actually worked out real well that there's no black market for him. There's a lot of aluminum right there. Okay. I am still concerned about iron, though. Okay, there we go. There we go. We will found Robotic, because that's what we're doing this campaign.
Acceptable location has been identified. Run colonization build script.
Couple mines down.
Manufacturing queue.
Maybe one more aluminum mine? I'm not really sure. We don't really need it right away. Let's get some steel production going. No black market, so I can be insanely aggressive with my placement and not have to worry about defending myself.
Silicon found.
I'm not going to worry about silicon too much. He's got a glass furnace, an electrolysis reactor, and a water pump down because he is a computer. And for whatever reason, they hate winning, I guess. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. Sell off all the electronics. I'm late to that, but oh well. We will wait for the conversion of iron into steel for the upgrade. There we go.
Improving efficiency. Beginning construction.
Now, if my only goal is to get to Offworlds, let's see. I'm going to upgrade 3 more times. That'll getting me 120 more glass. So I'm going to need 40 more glass on top of that. So let's buy 1 now. Let's see. There's not a whole lot of carbon on the map. We can be real rude, actually. And we will. Yeah, I want that. Go away. It's mine. Okay, so now's when we enter I hate the opponent mode. Just take all the carbon. Yeah, you're too slow. Too slow. Oh no, there's one more. Shoot. What can I do about that? I can't get an extra claim. I just have to wait for the upgrade at this point. Not too big a deal, but we do need to make sure that he is going to grab that last carbon spot. Oh well. We took most of his carbon. He only has 2 low carbons with no adjacency bonus. That's going to be 2 a second for him. Compare that to our 4.8 steel a second and the fact that we take less steel than he takes carbon to do things like upgrade.
Received and confirmed.
And we're still in a good spot, realistically.
Upgrade in progress. Stand by.
Want to make sure we keep mining up a little glass. There's no black market. There's no black market. If that rule is just for me, I'm going to be so mad. I guess we'll find out. He hit us with an EMP. Now, that could be because he has an EMP available to him per game. See how he has this 1+1 EMP per game? Now, I'd still consider that a bug if there's no black market for him. Okay, and an underground nuke. That's the other thing he had. Right? So, here's my thought. Maybe he has access to those because he started with them and hopefully he can't purchase any more. Either that's the case, and I would consider that bugged because we can't use our nukes, which I would love to have right now, by the way. Or we just don't get black market and he does, and that would be, well, wrong. Let's go with a nice word. Wrong there. Okay. Plenty of iron coming in. We'll go ahead and sell off some of it for the time being. We're going to hold on to this carbon. We're not going to sell it at all for now. Thankfully, this wind turbine in a dust storm connected to our headquarters is going to be insanely overpowered and provide us with all the power we need for the time being. Overpowered. I cracked myself up. I'm sorry, guys. We'll go ahead and sell off the little bit of silicon we have, since he's bringing some in anyways. Plenty. He's bringing plenty in to power his glass furnace, so not a big deal there. If he's going to commit the claim, we will take the money.
2,000. 4,000.
Genuinely, it doesn't matter, guys. It really just doesn't matter, if we're being honest. But may as well take it from him. I don't really care. Okay. There we go.
Improving efficiency.
Now we just need to wait on the
Beginning
steel for the
construction.
patent lab, because I didn't
Reticulating
think that all the way through.
spines.
He hasn't used any other black market stuff on us. Hopefully he just doesn't in general. And I'll have to go and actually make a bug report. We'll find out. We'll find out. Either way, some clarification would be nice on the matter, right? Let's be honest. Okay, what am I looking at? I am going to want... I do have that carbon income, which is very nice for me to make electronics later in the game. Potentially, I might want to secure a little silicon income. I don't need to... Oh, there's white carbon up here, too. I just didn't see the line because it's on the ice and I can't see that. Oh, well. Look. Look. Our plan backfired miserably. We should have just secured all the silicon. But it's fine. It's fine. We won't worry about it. I'm actually going to go here for a few different reasons. Most of them to do with the potential for slant drilling. Alright, let's get this patent lab down. And we just want to keep upgrading. We just want to... What are we going to send off-world? Let's go ahead and check on that while we have a moment. None of the life support's too good. Fuel is pretty solid, though. And so fuel might be what we aim for. We have a few different ways to go about that. I am leaning... Ooh, chemicals aren't bad either. The chemicals take fuel, and so it's like... I don't know. Whatever. Electronics actually aren't bad either. We're going to wait on that shortage.
Full hardware
We'll upgrade.
complete.
No, what I'm leaning toward... We are level 5 now. Don't sell, don't sell, don't sell. Okay. See, I was hoping that upgrading would have exhausted his pool of carbon, and we could just kind of sell off some of ours for some easy money. Okay, teleportation. Probably don't need it, but it's my habit. It's my go-to. A little bit more glass because we built that patent lab. And we will throw down a hacker array. And now we can start looking at doing things like selling off aluminum. And while we wait for this steel income. And maybe get some electronics production down. Probably not a bad idea for the time being. One more steel location.
3,000. 4,000.
No, go away. It's mine. Go away.
8,000.
Yeah, you chickened out. Congratulations. And that took up a fair amount more glass, so we will need even more glass, which we may as well purchase because we know we'll need it, and it's likely only going up in price. I don't make electronics factories very much, so I kind of forget exactly what they can do. I love watching all of those just go flying out there. One more power plant. Now we are out of claims, which is a bit of an issue, kind of ish. We can't really fight over that. We didn't have any water. His is probably stockpiled quite nicely. I'm going to start surplusing fuel now. But what I'm planning to do is just knock like this steel mill down, this aluminum mine down, get thinking. Well, I don't even need thinking machines. I don't know why I care. Whatever, it's just habit. I'm going to knock this metal mine down, I'm going to knock this steel mill down, and I'm going to put off-worlds in their place. It's going to be that simple. Okay? Don't want to sell off steel. We're going to need that steel. It's kind of risky selling off stuff like this because it'll let him keep upgrading and kind of catch up to us.
Have compromised the trading servers. Price manipulation.
Nope, that happened.
Shortly.
Let's just do this then. This is easier. Let's going to make steel not worth very much at all. Okay. Sell off some iron as well. Just get our off-worlds up. Just get them up. Get everything done. Surplus it again. Just do it. Hopefully we can drive the price of fuel down fairly substantially. Man, steel shot up pretty fast when I bought all of it. It shouldn't be too surprising. Ooh, that makes chemical production very tempting. It is very interesting. I feel so restricted on claims going with stuff like this. I don't really care that much about carbon scrubbing, but maybe it's not the worst thing to go for.
Our hackers have compromised the trading servers. Price
Man.
manipulation.
Oh yeah, chemicals just went massively up in price. Yeah. Maybe I just sit here and be lazy until Offworlds win the game for me. How's that sound? I like it personally.
New patent up for auction.
I don't care. Go away. Come on.
Auction unclaimed.
There we go.
Bidding closed.
No, just wait. It does look like what happened was he was able to use his black market attacks that he had stored up and we were not. I don't really like that. I am going to comment on it later on the forums and stuff, but at least we have an explanation. At least that seems reasonable, you know. That seems like the most likely thing to have happened. Fine, just crash out aluminum there, now you can't use it.
Off-world shipment launched. Look at all the money.
I'm guessing... Oh yeah, we're consuming aluminum with the electronics, that's fine. Oh man, our off-worlds are flying.
Shipment launched.
That is
Look at
insane
all
how
the
fast that
money.
is. There we go. If I hadn't sent those up, I might have been able to just finish it. Can I finish it anyway? Yeah, probably. There, done. That simple. Probably didn't even need Offworlds. I like Offworlds. Look, it was a good game plan. It worked out. If that's going to be our last mission, let's check and make sure that it was real quick. We'll check and make sure. But if that's our last mission, I don't know. It's pretty easy for a last mission. Once you get to Offworlds, it just kind of breaks the computer's mind, it seems. Final round again. Guys, it's the second final round. Are you ready for it? We'll come back to this one in another video. I think that was just fine for one video. Thankfully, we didn't end on it because that would have been a little dull, let's say, for an ending. So we'll go through all the rest of our options next time, I suppose. That was, and I need to go. I have a bug report to write. Look, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time.